Hello guys, welcome back to another video on the Stratus Forecast. On the channel, I'm going to try to make these videos more on the daily side. By the way, on my latest video, you guys really seem to like it. 1,500 views the last time I saw it. I'm assuming it's over 1,600 now, with 15 likes. Very impressive. So I'll keep the content up that you guys seem to enjoy. But yeah, we'll continue to post daily if you guys really enjoy that sort of stuff. So in today's video, we're just going to be going over a potential big cooldown in the United States as far as the upper plains go, and potentially even down into the entire United States. I know, crazy, right? And then potential snowstorms. Weather models are now starting to get on board with more of a stormy pattern, just behind a major Arctic blast that we could be seeing in the next couple of weeks, and you'll see that. But right now, I just want to get the video started with like a big achievement and a big thank you to all of you for making this latest video possible. 1,500 views, 33 subscribers. I'd have to check that out again. That's very impressive as well. Besides that, I want to go over radar and satellite. So here's the current radar and satellite out there. So some snow showers and a little bit of a clipper system moving through the Great Lakes region. This will eventually clip portions of the northeast and interior New England with some heavier snow, and we can actually zoom in on this. This is mostly lake effect snow. I'll play through the last couple of hours actually here. This is mostly just lake effect snow. Well, not lake effect snow, it's associated with a clipper, but again, you have that convection. It's going to create more, with this being said, it's going to create more lake effect snow to come. A little bit of rain shower activity going down in the Gulf of Mexico. Could be locally heavy or just offshore. I'm not sure if this is actually moving on inland or what, but I don't think you guys really need any more snow. And it doesn't look like you guys are going to be getting unless if you get this like way out, as you can see. We'll take a look at the temperatures in just a minute, but snow showers over Montana area and the Rockies, maybe some locally heavy snow showers up there. Very calm in the northeast of New England right now, just ahead of our next system, which will maybe bring a few showers, snow showers that is, maybe an additional few inches of snow. Here's our system that just came through the lower, I don't even know, the areas of Texas all the way through Tennessee. This is your little cyclone here of a snowstorm. You guys got pretty impressive reports. I heard of some places between 3 and 12 inches of snow. Very impressive. This is now moving off to the east, which did provide some snow for portions of the interior northeast and New England. That includes Maine. Not much in the way of snow accumulation, just a few inches. There were some spots in Boston that reached over 5 inches of snow, I'm pretty sure. But nonetheless, that thing is offshore. Pretty quiet across the central part of the United States and even into the northeast. And unfortunately for the people out in California or near San Diego or Los Angeles, California, not much relief coming soon. Looks like it's going to be a pretty dry pattern overall. But that brings us to our next thing. We're going to look at our temperatures now. Here's your temperatures. You can notice a big cool down in portions of the upper plains, just in Iowa at around 20 degrees, and then you get below zero up in near Minnesota all the way through North Dakota and Montana. All that cold air coming straight out of Canada. A little bit warmer and down in the south, but not by much. I believe we're a little bit below average here actually. So temperatures are 50s to near 60, maybe some areas closer to 70 degrees, but that really is going to remain this picture. So next thing we're going to get into is the Climate Prediction Center has actually released some information, so let's get into it. Here's the first one. So this is the Climate Prediction Center just released this not too long ago. This is a 6 to 10 day temperature outlook. Well below average temperatures expected through Texas all the way up into the upper plains. And then, like I said before, look how widespread of an area this covers, and I'll show you that in a minute because we're going to be dealing with a big cool down, and that'll answer that question. Only areas that are staying near normal is in Maine, portions of far eastern Vermont, down to the coastline, New Hampshire I mean, and then portions of central and southern Florida. Here's the 8 to 14 day temperature. If you notice, you don't see that quite darkish blue, but still dealing with well below average temperatures. And that remains for much of the country. And then maybe a little bit of sliver of Canada getting in some bleeding above average. Near normal temperature looking around the California, Nevada area. And this was also just released, and I tend to agree with this now because we're seeing some more snowstorms starting to fire off in the weather models now. So a slight risk of snow has been issued for pretty much the entire central United States all the way through portions of northern Texas, all the way up to Maine. And this does include areas of New Mexico as well, and Arizona, all the way to Maine. Now we're going to get into the weather models. Alright, so I just want to start us off with just the basic weather models before we get into the interesting stuff like the temperatures and stuff and the temperature anomalies. But this basically shows us exactly what pretty much is identical as what we're seeing out there right now. So high pressure in control in the west. This is creating for not much in the way of precipitation, unfortunately, for portions of California. Little clipper system moving through the Great Plains, not the Great Plains, but the upper Midwest and portions of the Great Lakes. This will eventually move across Maine and give us a few additional inches of snow. Rain happening in the Gulf of Mexico. High pressure is still in control for the eastern half of the country, but as you can see, little clipper system moving through. The other one shows a little bit of a low pressure system developing here. I don't think this will be much of a severe, although you can rule out an isolated severe storm down in portions of far southeastern Louisiana. But things get really interesting as we continue on. There's going to be this storm system right here. This one right here. This is going to be the pattern changer, okay? I would not rule out an isolated severe weather spread down in the south, especially. The cold front is going to come through, and then boom, maybe it's some snow and rain and mixing in the interior northeast, and then this big old cold front is going to be the one that's going to be really the big game changer here. And then the GFS model is trying to also hint at a potential nor'easter. Don't know if I buy it yet, but we're only 7 days out, so you know what, this may actually come to true. So that rides through New England, gets a little bit of a lower biometric pressure, around 990 millibars, and then that goes through, and then it's hinting at yet another winter storm, but obviously this one's most likely going to stay offshore, as cold air is still in control, all the way down into Texas. It's crazy. And it goes through, and then potentially another system comes through for the 26th on Sunday. And then that moves through with a big time nor'easter potential for the eastern half of the country, northeast. The GFS model, we'll see if the GFS is on board with this. That was the European model. So GFS model still indicating that clipper system moving through. Maybe not in the much way of snow in the northeast, but I couldn't rule out a few snow showers. We want to get down to where we get to the storm systems, okay? This is going to be the first cold front that comes through. There that goes. The GFS model is a little bit more inland with this one, a little bit more warmth, so there might be some rain mixing along the coastline. But other than that, you're dealing with mostly a snowstorm here. And then that moves through, and then that will be a big game changer. We get a big cool down. This is impressive with a high pressure at 151 millibars, or 151 pressure. That's going to drag down these cold temperatures really fastly. And then it's really going to prevent any sort of storm system entering the U.S. because it's going to be just a blockbuster for, cold, and then potentially another winter storm, but high pressure in control. This could be a potential big nor'easter for the northeast. Alright, so there's that first up. Before we get into the snowfall accumulations, I want to get into the temperatures. Specifically the temperature anomalies, okay? So, hold on. Alright, here's the temperature anomalies. Obviously, cold blast happening up in the upper plains. Anywhere else, leaning above or right around average temperatures. But I really want to get into this. There's your first shot of Arctic air, which is not going to be tremendous in the way of cold air, but it will bring down these temperatures a little bit. Then this cold front comes through, and just watch the cold air just rush in. More than 19 degrees below average temperatures, and then boom, look at this. That's crazy. Upper plains all the way down into the lower Ohio Valley dealing with a tremendous amount of cold air. Some areas near 25 degrees below zero, and that's going to remain the story really. And then that could settle in, and then that's just crazy. And then another shot of Arctic air, and then maybe a little bit more above normal temperatures, and then boom, another shot of Arctic air. Let's see if the GFS model is on board with this. Here we go. Boom. The GFS model is actually a little bit more intense with this. I thought I just saw 27, right? I'm pretty confident I just saw 27. Or I'm seeing things. Anyhow, between 20 and 30 degrees below average in the upper plains, and that will spill down into the northeast, and then another shot of Arctic air, and then another shot of Arctic air. It's Arctic air after Arctic air after Arctic air. Now we actually want to take a look at the temperatures, so let's do that. Here's the actual temperatures. Reminder, The European model seems to be a little bit on board with things. So here we go. So obviously temperatures will stay around normal for this time of year, and then boom, big Arctic blast. This one could be the biggest of the year, in my opinion. This is pretty massive. So I don't know if I buy temperatures getting all the way down into Florida below that freezing mark, but I think probably in the upper plains is a good shot of getting near around 30 degrees below zero. And then obviously this will train over to the northeast, where I think we could see some, not record-breaking temperatures by any means, but there's definitely potential there, but also potential for just a chilly few days. There that goes, and then it just stays in place, and that's those high pressures just holding that cold air in right there. And then another Arctic blast is trying to build up. The GFS model is a little bit warm on the side of things, but the European model is obviously going to be way colder with this, let's be honest. There's your first Arctic blast. There it goes. Covers, oh, let me go back. I want to go back to specifically one point where it was brutally cold. Right there. I don't really know if I'd buy temperatures around freezing mark to even make it into portions of northern Florida, but I can definitely agree with maybe temperatures. I don't know if I buy this at all, but we'll have to wait and see. It's not that far out either. But things can change, obviously. Negative 43 degrees. Wait, I just saw 52, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty confident I just saw 52. Anyways, you get the main point. Very cold out there. And then another Arctic blast, possibly. And then another one after that, which will probably impact the Northeast more than likely. Alright, now we want to take a look. So, I want to be more honest with predictions. So, where do I think the coldest air is going to happen? You know, the mountains will probably, where the higher elevations are, will probably receive the coldest of the air, but I would, obviously the upper plains, you're going to be dealing with very cold air, so I wouldn't rule out some spots between negative 20 and possibly even negative 40 degrees below zero. That's my honest thoughts on this, because you have constant high pressures in control. It's just going to allow for that cold air to just stay there, really. It's not really going to change anything, so there you go. So now I want to take a look at the snowfall amounts. Also, please, take this with a grain of salt. Yes, I understand the first snowstorm in the Northeast is like in the ballpark between 6 and 10 days out, but still, it could be something big for the Northeast. So here we go. This is going through the next couple of days. This is mostly from that little clipper system that we saw on radar coming through. It might bring some impactful weather to portions of upper state Michigan, with some probably higher totals in the range of like 4 to around a foot of snow. Again, some of these snow showers could make it into Maine, in portions of interior New England, so we couldn't rule out a few additional inches there. But we just gotta wait for the next storm to come through. There that goes, and then we gotta get way back. So here's the European model going through, and then there we go. And then this is your look for like the next 7 to 14 days beyond that. I don't know if I'd buy this, but Texas, as far down as the Gulf Coast, getting on some snow. Snow in the Carolinas all the way up to the Northeast where we would expect it the most. We'll see if the GFS model's on board with this, because I think they're going to have some different personalities with this especially. So yeah, the GFS model's a little bit warmer with things, which is going to lead to coastal regions in the United States, coastal regions across the Northeast New England, resulting in snow. To be honest, I don't really have much of a prediction right now, because I would not rule out something what the European model is ruling out, like a snowstorm that comes up the eastern seaboard. It's a perfect setup. I mean, if you have high pressures in control across pretty much the entire United States with cold air locked in place, you're going to have a big-time snowstorm. But obviously, some of these totals in the Great Lakes region are going to be locally higher, because you're dealing with snowfall accumulations between 30 and, I don't even know, 50 inches of snow. So I don't see why it wouldn't rule out a big snowstorm, but I'm interested to see, because this was the first storm that came through, but I was not seeing that on precipitation, so I want to see if it either just updated just now or something else happened. Nope, there's the first one that comes through. How much snow did we get out of this? So this is the 19th through 20th, right? So, snowfall accumulation between the 19th and 20th. It doesn't show that much snow. It shows maybe 4 to 6 inches up there, but 4 to 6 inches in the New England area, but possibly different. But yeah, if we take a look at the temperatures again, I just want to take a look at them one more time. I think, yeah, this first Arctic blast could be pretty impactful because some locations, like I said, up in the rocky terrains, up in, I think that's Colorado, right? 37 below zero. That's freezing line. I don't know if I'd buy being all the way down to Florida, but time will tell. And I think there's potential for multiple Arctic blasts to enter the United States, both of the European and GFS model, but in real life, actually. I think there's potential for multiple Arctic blasts. Alright, that's all I have for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed. I think there's potential for a few Arctic blasts here, especially when you have high pressure in control across the entire United States, pretty much. And I definitely think with a low pressure developing like in portions of the southeast or even southern states, maybe even as far west as western Texas area, I think there's potential. You have cold air locked in place, the jet stream is like tucked all the way down. I think the potential is there. I think we get big nor'easter up here. Just stay off enough, just stay offshore enough, the low pressure system itself, to create mostly a snow scenario. And I think multiple Arctic blasts are available because the more low pressure systems that you get through and then you come through the United States or the main area, or the northeast area anyways, it brings potential because cold air likes to come in behind cold front, so I think there's potential for major Arctic blasts in the future. That's all I really got for you guys. Thank you for the 1,500, or it's going to be like 1,600 views on my latest video. I'll try to make more content like that. I'll try to keep it, probably not daily, but I'll try to keep it at least every other day. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, please consider, please like the video and please at least consider subscribing. It would very, very much help me out. We're trying to reach 50 subscribers, but yeah. Until then, as always, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.